how are you this morning?
Good morning.
And a good morning to you, Johnno.
Good morning, Barry. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
How's your morning been?
Oh, fantastic. Been out walking along the beach, bit of exercise, the sun's shining, the sky is blue. It couldn't be better. Life is great.
Life is great, isn't it?
Fantastic.
So, Barry, this is episode 2.
It is. And what are we going to talk about, Johnno?
We're going to talk about what's commonly known as, in the industry, as the initial screening. And what is that?
Well, that's basically, in simple terms, it's a health check. We're going to do some health checks before we embark on any exercise program, which is an important thing to do.
So, no training today for our viewers?
No, we're going to...
Because I really want to.
You want to do some training?
I want to, but I know we can't.
No, we're just going to hold it off for a couple of episodes until we get some of these important considerations.
So, for the viewers, what entails a health check?
Well, we're going to look at your family history. We're going to also look at your own health and state of health. We're going to look at what's known as your BMI, body mass index. We're going to look at your blood pressure, which is an important thing. And we're also going to look at some postural issues, some simple ways to check your posture before you start, because that'll entail, how you program yourself and what type of exercise you should and shouldn't be doing.
That sounds really good. So, I'm happy with that.
You happy with that?
What do you think?
I think let's get into it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
So now we're going to talk about the health screening. Barry, can you enlighten us and our viewers exactly what the health screening is?
Absolutely, Johnno. Well, before we embark on the exercise program, as we were talking about prior, it's a good idea to go see your doctor and get a health check if you have any of the following health-related issues. What could some of those entail, Johnno?
Well, one could possibly absolutely be cardiovascular disease.
So we're talking about any heart conditions?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe you or a family member has had a heart attack or a heart problem?
Yep.
Okay, so it's a good idea to get checked up if you have that.
High blood pressure?
High blood pressure, which
Low blood pressure possibly.
Yeah, which we're going to talk about shortly. If you have any of those issues.
If you're a smoker.
Or a smoker.
Pregnant.
Absolutely. Also maybe if you're highly stressed.
Sedentary lifestyle, sedentary job.
Sedentary, what does that mean?
Sedentary means not a lot of activity and movement.
Absolutely. Okay, so if any of those conditions or issues concern you, it's probably a good idea to go see your doctor and just get it checked out before you start exercising with us. Very important, because this might determine, where you start on your exercise
Your level
program.
of intensity.
Absolutely.
Great.
The level of intensity. So just keep that in mind, and if you do, get it checked out.
What we're going to look at now is resting heart rate. Barry's asleep over here. We're going to go wake him up and we're going to check his resting heart rate. Why would we do that? So we're going to do that because we want to see what his resting heart health is like. An average resting heart rate between 60 and 70 beats per minute can indicate cardiovascular health. Ideally, we would take it at the most rested level, and that is just after waking up, as long as you haven't had a scary dream. So let's go and wake up Barry, and we'll check what his resting heart rate is. Johnno here. Barry's asleep over in the corner. We're going to wake him up very gently, because we're going to check his resting heart rate. Ideally, checking your resting heart rate as soon as you wake up rested is the best way to know the true resting heart rate. We don't want to scare him. We don't want that heart rate to be up. Ideally, 60 to 70 is the average resting heart rate that's in the healthy range. So let's go wake him up.
Johnno.
Hey mate, how you going?
Oh, what a sleep. That was just awesome.
You feel totally rested?
Oh, I'm relaxed as.
Good, because now we're going to check your resting heart rate.
My resting heart rate? How are you going to do that?
I'm going to check your resting heart rate. Best way we can do it is by actually putting 2 fingers across on the thumb side of the arm. We're going to try and find the artery, and we're going to count that resting heart rate for 15 seconds. And when that 15 seconds is up, we're going to multiply it by 4. You nice and relaxed, Barry?
Oh, I'm relaxed.
Okay, good. So we actually got 17. So 17 times by 4 is 68. So we're actually in the range, which is good. Resting heart rate.
Tell the viewers a little bit about blood pressure.
Sure. Barry, blood pressure is basically the amount of pressure in the arteries when the heart is pumping the blood out towards the body. Ideally, we have a certain blood pressure range that is in the healthy range. We've got high blood pressure, higher than this score, and we've also got our low blood pressure. If you are in the high blood pressure range, we need to be careful with exercise, Barry, don't we?
Absolutely, because if we go out and we train or we exercise too hard, then our heart has to work even harder, and we risk, all sorts of heart problems. So it's a good idea to get that checked.
And ideally, what today's been all about is minimising risk.
Absolutely.
So if you do come up with a high blood pressure score, what do we recommend, Barry?
That you get it checked out by the doctor.
Absolutely. So really what we're looking for, or looking out for, is your health ultimately before we start on this exercise journey.
Also, just one thing to finish with, if you do have high blood pressure, exercise is good for that, isn't it, John?
It is great at moderate intensities.
How do you get your blood pressure checked? Well, there's some simple ways. You can go to your doctor will have a blood pressure machine, or you can buy a blood pressure unit simply for about, what would you say?
Oh, look, as cheap as $45 online, you can get one.
Cheap as chips.
Cheap as chips.
And well worth having.
Well, it's a great investment in your... Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is posture and flexibility. What we're going to show you now is a couple of self-evaluation tests that you can do to see where your posture and flexibility is. And if it is at a tight range, then we're going to be looking at mobility, stretches, coming in later episodes, but we want to see where you are first. So I've got Barry here. What he's going to do first, we're going to check his hip mobility. So Barry's going to lay back flat on the massage table. Ideally, massage table's best. If you have another normal table at home, though, that's great. He's going to bring one leg into his chest. All he's going to do, he's just going to feel that if the bottom of his hamstring doesn't touch the bench, there's an indication that he does have some hip mobility issues through the front. So obviously you would swap sides and check on both sides. When that's done, we're going to actually take him back and he's going to do a self-check on his hamstring flexibility, which are the muscles at the back of the legs. So Barry's going to bring one leg up, hand behind the knee, keep the knee reasonably straight, and see how high up he can come. As we can see, Barry's pretty tight. So we're ideally wanting that leg to be straighter and a bit further up. So 80 to 90 degrees is the best average mobility for the hamstrings. Anything tighter, and we're going to need to stretch these puppies out. Alright, we're going to just do an upper body check now. So what we're going to get you to do is bend your knees, feet flat onto your table or the massage table. His arms are going to come up in front of him, and he's going to let them come down to the side. If the back of his arms do not touch the bench, that's an indication that his mobility at the front of his shoulders is tight. That could be from sedentary job, a job where you're rounding through your shoulders through posture, anything. But ideally in coming episodes, we're going to show you how we're going to get more mobility through that area.
Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about BMI, or body mass index, which is a simple mathematical formula you can do at home, which will tell you, are you a healthy weight for your height? And the formula is written up on the screen, which is weight in kilograms divided by your height in metres squared. And then you'll get a figure from doing that sum. And if your figure comes in between 19 and 25, that means you're in a healthy weight range. Fantastic, you're good. If you're below 19, that means you're probably a little bit underweight. If you're above 25, it means you're probably a little bit overweight. But if you're above 30, or your score comes to above 30, then you're probably in that, carrying a little bit too much weight, and you probably want to get that checked out by the doctor before you come on this exercise journey with us. Very important. Check it out. BMI. Okay, that was fun, Johnno.
That was great. Really good episode, Barry. Well done.
Well done. So just in summary, we've covered
heart rate,
resting heart rate,
blood pressure.
We've covered posture, and
we've even checked the family history
and your own health.
Yep, and BMI.
And BMI, absolutely. So all important considerations before you embark on an exercise program. But just to finalise, if you do have any questions about your health and you are concerned, get it checked out by your
doctor. Absolutely.
Absolutely. So next week, what do we got planned for next session, John?
We're going to do some fitness testing. But Ari?
Fitness testing, great. Look forward to it. Okay, and then soon after that, we're going to start our exercise.
Which we can't wait for. Are you still excited?
Oh, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Good morning, viewers.
Keep it going, it's good, doesn't matter. Start again. Good morning, guys, how you going?